Hi, my name is Joe Kye, and I am reviewing the Stonebridge Mandolin today, model MA20SM. It's a beautiful instrument. It's got a Sitka spruce top, mahogany back and sides. There are a couple of distinguishing features about this mandolin that I've really grown to love. So the first would be the tailpiece. A lot of mandolins have an extra metal sliding cover to protect your strings. But usually what happens is it'll get loose, it weighs down your instrument and muffles your sound, and sometimes it'll even rattle. So with this tailpiece, they actually got rid of the sliding cover, but also have designed it to make it look aesthetically pleasing as opposed to you know, a nest of wires. So the other amazing design of this would be the fingerboard. There is actually an extension to it. You can see it right here. Not actually to play notes on, but more as a finger anchor for tremolo or any kind of fast runs. What you find is when you play other mandolins that don't have the fingerboard extension, you'll either have to brace your wrist against the bridge, which then dampens the sound, or anchor your fingers on the body of the instrument itself, which can also dampen the sound. But with the fingerboard extension, you have a nice built-in anchor to make sure that those tremolos happen easily. So this mandolin was, as I said, made by Stonebridge. Stonebridge is a company from Prague in the Czech Republic. It's a really beautifully handcrafted instrument, and the voicing of the instrument and the design brings out the frequencies of the mandolin specifically. So that's why the sustain on this thing is really quite amazing. Speaking of sound, I'd say the strength of this instrument are the mid-ranges. The D and the A strings just have beautiful, kind of a creamy, resonant, and bright tone that lets you play the sweeter ballads, you know. But if you want a little bite, it will give you plenty of that, and good brightness to cut through a band, even if you're playing with a different band. So the low range, the G string here, is also pretty good. It's bright, it has good bark if you're trying to hold down some of the bass lines, but I will say that it lacks a little bit of depth. I think that's probably because of the fact that this is a relatively new instrument. It was built in 2011. And it hasn't been played very much since then. So we'll do another review video, you know, in a few years, and we'll see how the sound develops. The same goes for the upper range. Really sings a lot in the first position, third position too. But once you get up here, it loses some of that depth. I think once again, after a few years of playing the instrument, the wood will open up even more, and hopefully bring in a little bit of the lower frequencies, even if you're playing up in the higher ranges. As for things I would love to see from Stonebridge mandolins in the future, I would like to see some different tuners. Mandolins go out of tune notoriously and very easily, and it'd be nice to have tuners that can tune in more detail and also with more ease. Some of these tuners are a little bit sticky, so we'll put some lube on it when I put on new strings, and we'll see if that helps. Despite that, I will say this is hands down the best mandolin that I've ever played. It is a beautiful instrument, and it's only going to open up more. So I can't wait for 5 years from now, because it'll just be like liquid butter emanating from these F-holes. That sounded wrong, so. Cool. All right, so that's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Peace.